You're about to discover why everything you've been taught about earning money is keeping you trapped in financial struggle. The relationship between consciousness and money isn't metaphorical. It's quantum mechanical. Money is not a neutral resource you acquire through effort and strategy. Money is crystallized energy that responds to electromagnetic frequencies before it responds to action. And your current financial reality is the perfect mathematical reflection of the consciousness frequency you've been unconsciously broadcasting about money, wealth, and your relationship to abundance. This transmission has reached your awareness because something in your financial reality is ready to shift. Not through working harder, not through better strategies, not through more discipline or sacrifice. Through fundamental restructuring of the electromagnetic relationship between your consciousness and the quantum field, where all financial possibilities exist simultaneously. You've been trying to change your money situation from the outside through action. That's backwards. Money changes from the inside through consciousness first. Then circumstances reorganize to match the new frequency automatically. Right now, in this exact moment, you are broadcasting a specific electromagnetic signature about money. This signature is being read by the quantum field with absolute precision. The field is responding to your broadcast by organizing financial circumstances that match your frequency exactly. You're not experiencing random financial outcomes. You're experiencing the mathematical consequence of your money consciousness frequency manifesting as material reality through quantum mechanics that operate whether you understand them or not. Here's what nobody tells you about money and manifestation. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. The field doesn't care about your desires, your goals, your desperate needs, or your elaborate plans. The quantum field responds exclusively to what you are being in relationship to money right now. Your beingness creates electromagnetic frequency. That frequency broadcasts into the quantum field. The field organizes money flow to match the frequency it's receiving. This is quantum economics. This is how money actually works at the fundamental level underneath all the surface strategies and conventional wisdom. You've been feeling it lately, haven't you? That growing sense that the old money rules don't apply anymore. That awareness that people who work less seem to have more while people who work themselves to exhaustion barely survive. That recognition that effort and income aren't correlated the way you were taught they should be. This isn't unfairness or broken systems. This is quantum economics revealing itself. Money flows toward consciousness frequency that matches abundance, regardless of effort. Money moves away from consciousness frequency that broadcasts scarcity, regardless of how hard that person works. Your financial struggles until now weren't caused by lack of opportunity, bad luck, or insufficient effort. Your financial struggles were created by unconscious broadcasting of scarcity frequency that the quantum field responded to by organizing scarcity circumstances. You've been using your consciousness to manifest poverty while simultaneously using your effort to try to overcome that manifestation. That's why nothing has worked. You're fighting against your own quantum broadcasting through effort that can never overcome frequency mismatch. The exhaustion you feel around money isn't just from working hard. It's from the cognitive dissonance of wanting abundance while being scarcity, trying to manifest wealth while broadcasting lack, attempting to create financial freedom while remaining in victim consciousness about money. This internal contradiction creates electromagnetic chaos that the quantum field cannot organize into coherent financial manifestation. You're sending mixed signals, and mixed signals produce mixed results that feel like struggle and limitation. Even your body has been responding to your money consciousness frequency. That tension in your chest when you think about bills? That's electromagnetic contraction happening in your field when your consciousness touches money topics. That knot in your stomach when you check your bank account, that's your nervous system detecting frequency mismatch between your current reality and your desired reality. That fatigue you feel after thinking about your financial situation, that's the energetic cost of maintaining contradictory frequencies about money simultaneously. Your relationships have been affected by your money consciousness in ways you haven't recognized. You attract people who mirror your financial frequency. If you're in scarcity consciousness, you attract others in scarcity who reinforce limitation beliefs through their own struggle. If you're in abundance consciousness, you attract others in abundance who normalize wealth and expand your sense of financial possibility. This isn't about social class or networking. This is about electromagnetic frequency matching that operates automatically through the quantum field. Before we dive into the exact mechanics of quantum economics and how to consciously shift your money frequency, you need to make a commitment right now that separates those who transform their financial reality from those who remain stuck despite consuming information. Subscribe to this channel immediately. Not as entertainment, not as passive content consumption, but as declaration to the quantum field that you're ready to understand and apply the real mechanics of money manifestation. Hit that subscribe button and recognize you're not following a channel. You're enrolling in quantum financial education that operates from truth instead of conventional economic lies. Like this video right now, because that simple action creates electromagnetic agreement with the frequency being transmitted through this information. Your DNA responds to micro-intentions, and clicking like is a micro-intention that tells your consciousness and the quantum field yes to abundance frequency, yes to understanding money's real nature, yes to operating from quantum economics instead of classical poverty thinking. And share this video immediately with anyone who's been struggling financially despite working hard. Your sharing might save someone from years of exhausting effort that produces minimal results because they're fighting against their own unconscious frequency broadcasting. Now let's talk about what money actually is at the quantum level and why this understanding demolishes every limiting belief you've been carrying about earning, deserving, and accessing financial abundance. Money at the physical level is paper, metal, or digital numbers. But at the quantum level, money is organized energy that has taken temporary form as currency. Like all matter, money is just energy vibrating at specific frequencies that make it appear as solid material in three-dimensional reality. This means money obeys the same quantum principles that govern all energy and matter. Quantum principle 1 is that observation affects outcomes. When you observe money through scarcity consciousness, you collapse abundance possibilities into scarcity experiences. When you observe money through abundance consciousness, you collapse scarcity possibilities into abundance experiences. Your observation determines what manifests, not external circumstances or opportunities available. This is why two people with identical opportunities have completely different financial outcomes based on their consciousness frequency. Quantum principle 2 is that energy follows attention. Where you place your conscious attention, energy flows. If your attention is constantly on lack, bills, struggle, not enough, then universal energy organizes itself around those focus points, creating more lack, more bills, more struggle, more not enough. If your attention is on abundance, flow, opportunity, more than enough, then universal energy organizes around those focus points, creating more abundance, more flow, more opportunity, more than enough. Attention is the steering mechanism for energy flow, including the energy that appears as money in your experience. Quantum principle 3 is that like frequencies attract. Your consciousness broadcasts electromagnetic frequency every moment. Money, being energy, has its own frequency signature. When your consciousness frequency matches money frequency, you attract money effortlessly through resonance. When your consciousness frequency contradicts money frequency, you repel money automatically through dissonance. This is why some people seem to manifest money easily, while others struggle despite equal or greater effort. The difference is frequency alignment, not worthiness or external factors. Quantum Principle 4 is that consciousness collapses possibilities into experiences. The quantum field contains infinite financial possibilities simultaneously. Poverty and wealth exist as equal potentials until consciousness collapses one into experience. Your habitual consciousness patterns determine which possibility collapses into your reality. If your habitual pattern is scarcity thinking, you collapse scarcity possibilities. If your habitual pattern is abundance consciousness, you collapse abundance possibilities. The field is neutral. Your consciousness is the determining factor. These 4 quantum principles govern your financial reality far more than the economic principles you were taught. Supply and demand, hard work equals reward, save and sacrifice. These classical economic concepts are surface-level rules that only apply within the limitation consciousness paradigm. When you shift to quantum economics, you discover that abundance is always available regardless of supply, that consciousness creates reward before action, that flow creates wealth faster than saving, and that expansion manifests money faster than sacrifice. Your current financial reality is the perfect mirror of your current money consciousness frequency. Look at your bank account, your income level, your debt situation, your financial stress. This isn't random. This isn't bad luck. This isn't the economy or your circumstances. This is quantum field responding with mathematical precision to the consciousness frequency you've been broadcasting about money. The financial circumstances you're experiencing are feedback showing you exactly what frequency you've been unconsciously transmitting. Most people resist this truth because it means taking full responsibility for financial situation instead of blaming external factors. It's easier to blame the economy, your boss, your education, your background, the system. But blaming keeps you powerless. Recognizing that your consciousness creates your financial reality through quantum mechanics gives you all the power. If your consciousness created your current situation through unconscious broadcasting, then your consciousness can create different situation through conscious frequency shifting. Right now, as you consider this possibility, your money consciousness is already beginning to shift. Can you feel it? That subtle release of defensiveness, that opening to possibility, that sense that maybe money could be easier than you've been making it. This isn't hope or wishful thinking. This is your consciousness beginning to entertain different frequencies about money than it habitually broadcasts. Even this slight shift creates electromagnetic change that the quantum field is already responding to by beginning to reorganize financial possibilities around you. Your scarcity consciousness wasn't something you chose consciously. It was programmed into you through cultural conditioning, family beliefs, religious teachings, educational systems, media messaging. All of it designed to convince you that money is scarce, hard to get, requires sacrifice, needs to be earned through suffering, and isn't available to you unless you fit certain criteria of worthiness, background, or circumstance. These beliefs create electromagnetic frequencies that the quantum field responds to by manifesting experiences that prove the beliefs true. This is the quantum trap most people never escape. Their scarcity beliefs create scarcity experiences. The scarcity experiences reinforce the scarcity beliefs. The reinforced beliefs create more scarcity experiences. The loop perpetuates itself automatically, each cycle making the beliefs feel more real and the experiences more fixed. Breaking this loop requires recognizing that beliefs create experiences, not the other way around. External financial struggle is effect, not cause. Internal consciousness frequency is cause. The wealthy people you see who seem to manifest money effortlessly aren't working from different economic principles. They're operating from different consciousness frequencies. Most wealthy people don't consciously understand quantum economics, but they're unconsciously aligned with abundance frequency through beliefs, expectations, and self-concept that broadcasts wealth consciousness. The quantum field responds to their frequency by organizing money flow toward them through opportunities, connections, investments, and synchronicities that match their abundance broadcasting. You can access the same frequency they're operating from regardless of your current financial situation. Frequency isn't earned through achievement. Frequency is chosen through consciousness. The moment you shift from scarcity frequency to abundance frequency, the quantum field begins reorganizing your financial reality to match the new broadcast. This reorganization doesn't wait until you prove yourself worthy or until you've worked hard enough. It begins immediately in response to frequency change. Here's what shifts your money consciousness frequency from scarcity to abundance at the quantum level. First, recognize that money is infinite in the quantum field. There is no actual scarcity of money. Money is energy, and energy is infinite. The appearance of scarcity is created by consciousness patterns that limit how much energy you allow to flow into your experience as money. When you recognize true infinite nature of money at the energetic level, your consciousness stops contracting around scarcity and begins expanding into abundance frequency. Second, dissolve the belief that you must earn or deserve money. The quantum field doesn't operate on earning or deserving. Those are human constructs based on limitation consciousness. The field operates on frequency matching. You don't earn abundance. You align with abundance frequency, and money flows to you as natural consequence of that alignment. When you release earning and deserving beliefs, you stop creating electromagnetic resistance that blocks money flow. Third, shift from effort-based thinking to frequency-based awareness. Stop asking, "What do I need to do to make money?" And start asking, "What frequency do I need to embody to allow money?" The first question puts you in doing mode, which is exhausting and often ineffective. The second question puts you in being mode, which is effortless and always effective because being creates frequency and frequency determines manifestation. Fourth, observe your current relationship with money as electromagnetic frequency rather than moral or practical issue. When you think about money, notice the feeling in your body. Contraction, tension, fear, these are scarcity frequencies. Expansion, ease, trust, these are abundance frequencies. Your body is showing you your broadcast frequency. Change the feeling, change the frequency, change the financial manifestation. Fifth, practice consciousness of already having. The quantum field responds to your state of being now, not your desires for the future. When you operate from consciousness of already having abundance, you broadcast abundance frequency. The field matches that frequency by manifesting abundance circumstances. When you operate from consciousness of not having and wanting, you broadcast lack frequency. The field matches that by manifesting lack circumstances. In the comments below, write exactly these words. Money flows to my consciousness now. This isn't just comment engagement. This is quantum economic declaration that shifts your electromagnetic relationship with money. When you write these words with genuine recognition of what they mean, you're commanding the quantum field to begin organizing money flow toward your consciousness frequency. Don't analyze whether you believe it. Just write it. Money flows to my consciousness now. Feel what happens in your energy when you make that declaration. Notice the shift from hoping money will come to knowing money responds to consciousness. That feeling shift is actual frequency change happening in your field. The quantum field is already detecting this frequency change and beginning to reorganize financial possibilities around your new broadcast. The external changes haven't manifested yet, but the quantum reorganization has begun. The reason your previous attempts at financial manifestation failed isn't because manifestation doesn't work. It's because you were trying to manifest from scarcity consciousness pretending to be abundance. You would affirm abundance while feeling scarcity. You would visualize wealth while believing in limitation. You would take inspired action while expecting failure. The quantum field responds to the deeper frequency, not the surface performance. Your pretend abundance couldn't override your real scarcity, so scarcity continued manifesting. True abundance consciousness isn't pretending you're wealthy when you're not. It's recognizing that wealth and poverty are both temporary manifestations of underlying consciousness frequencies, and you have power to shift frequency regardless of current manifestation. You don't deny your current financial situation. You recognize it as feedback about your past consciousness broadcasting, while simultaneously knowing you can broadcast different frequency now that will create different manifestation. This both and awareness is quantum consciousness operating. You honor what is while knowing it's not permanent. You accept where you are while knowing you're moving to different frequency. You work with current reality practically while shifting underlying consciousness quantum mechanically. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is conscious navigation of multiple reality layers simultaneously. Your financial breakthrough isn't waiting for you to figure out the right strategy, find the right opportunity, or work hard enough. Your financial breakthrough is waiting for you to shift consciousness frequency to match abundance, at which point the right strategies, opportunities, and synchronistic support will appear automatically because the quantum field organizes external reality to match internal consciousness frequency. The wealthy mindset people talk about isn't just positive thinking or confidence. Wealthy mindset is specific electromagnetic frequency that broadcasts certainty about money availability, expectation of financial flow, identity as someone money comes to naturally, and relaxation around money that comes from knowing it's always accessible. This frequency creates quantum coherence that allows the field to organize money circumstances without interference from contradictory beliefs. Poor mindset is also specific electromagnetic frequency, broadcasting uncertainty about money availability, expectation of financial struggle, identity as someone money avoids, and tension around money that comes from believing it's scarce and hard to access. This frequency creates quantum chaos where the field cannot organize coherent money manifestation because the signal is contradictory and unstable. You can shift from poor frequency to wealthy frequency instantly through consciousness choice. It's not about changing your bank account first. The bank account changes after consciousness changes. You don't wait until you have money to feel abundant. You feel abundant now, which broadcasts abundance frequency, which triggers quantum field to organize money manifestation that matches the frequency. This feels backwards to logical mind because logical mind operates from classical cause and effect. External circumstances cause internal feelings, but quantum mechanics operates differently. Internal consciousness causes external circumstances through frequency broadcasting that organizes quantum possibilities into specific manifestations. You must feel wealthy before you become wealthy, not after. The feeling creates the frequency that manifests the circumstances. Your resistance to feeling wealthy without having money yet is the exact resistance blocking money from manifesting. You're insisting that circumstances must change before consciousness changes. But quantum economics requires consciousness change first, then circumstances change automatically to match. This leap of faith isn't blind belief. It's trusting quantum mechanics that have been scientifically proven even if they contradict common sense. The quantum field is reorganizing financial possibilities around you right now based on the frequency you're broadcasting as you absorb this information. If you're receiving this with open, expanding, possibility-oriented consciousness, you're broadcasting abundance frequency. The field is responding by beginning to arrange opportunities, connections, insights, and synchronicities that will manifest as money flow in your experience soon. If you're receiving this with skeptical, contracted, doubt-oriented consciousness, you're broadcasting scarcity frequency. The field is responding by maintaining current limitation patterns because your frequency hasn't shifted enough to trigger reorganization. The information is the same. The quantum principles are the same. Your consciousness frequency determines what manifests from exposure to this information. Money isn't the goal. Consciousness evolution is the goal. Money is just feedback mechanism showing you your consciousness level and frequency alignment. When you evolve consciousness to naturally operate from abundance frequency, money manifests as side effect of that evolution. When you try to get money without evolving consciousness, you might achieve temporary financial success, but it won't feel fulfilling and it won't be sustainable because frequency mismatch creates instability. This is why lottery winners often lose everything quickly. Their consciousness frequency hasn't evolved to match the money level they suddenly have. The quantum field can't maintain that financial manifestation around consciousness broadcasting poverty frequency. The money leaves to find consciousness that matches its frequency. You must become the consciousness frequency that matches the wealth level you want before that wealth can stabilize in your experience. Your financial evolution isn't about learning more strategies, developing better habits, or working harder. Your financial evolution is about shifting consciousness frequency to match abundance, then allowing the quantum field to organize your reality around that new frequency. The strategies, habits, and actions that match your new frequency will appear naturally. You won't have to force them. They'll feel intuitive, exciting, effortless because they're aligned with your genuine frequency rather than imposed from external should-do thinking. The practical actions you take matter, but they matter far less than the consciousness frequency you're broadcasting while taking them. Two people can take identical actions. One broadcasts abundance frequency and manifests wealth. The other broadcasts scarcity frequency and manifests struggle. Same actions, different frequencies, different results. The consciousness is primary. The action is secondary. Get the consciousness right, and the actions that flow from that consciousness naturally produce abundance. Most financial advice ignores consciousness completely and focuses only on action. That's why most financial advice doesn't produce results for most people. They're trying to use wealthy actions from poor consciousness frequency. The frequency mismatch prevents the actions from producing abundant results. You can't think poor and act rich successfully. You must be abundance at the frequency level first. Then wealthy actions flow naturally and produce matching wealthy results. Your blocks to abundance aren't external. Your blocks are internal consciousness patterns broadcasting scarcity frequency that the quantum field responds to by organizing scarcity circumstances. Every "I can't afford that," every "money is hard to make," every "I'll never be wealthy," every "rich people are greedy." These thoughts create electromagnetic frequencies that block money flow toward you by putting you in dissonance with the frequency of wealth. The fastest way to shift money consciousness is to catch yourself broadcasting scarcity frequency and immediately shift to abundance frequency in that moment. When you notice scarcity thought, don't fight it or judge it. Simply acknowledge it as old programming, then consciously choose abundance thought instead. This isn't positive thinking bypassing reality. This is conscious frequency management that retrains your habitual broadcast patterns. Every time you consciously choose abundance thought over scarcity thought, you strengthen abundance frequency in your consciousness field. Every time you let scarcity thought run without conscious correction, you strengthen scarcity frequency. Your habitual frequency is formed through repetition. Repeat abundance frequency enough times, and it becomes your natural baseline that broadcasts automatically, attracting money effortlessly through quantum coherence. The universe isn't testing you or making you wait to prove yourself worthy. The quantum field is simply organizing reality to match your consciousness frequency every single moment. When your frequency shifts, reality begins reorganizing immediately. The lag you experience between frequency shift and manifestation appearing is just the time required for quantum reorganization to become visible in physical three-dimensional reality. The change begins instantly at quantum level, even when physical level hasn't caught up yet. Your impatience about money manifesting is itself scarcity frequency. Impatience broadcasts, "I don't have it yet and I need it now," which is lack consciousness. Peaceful certainty that money is already flowing to you broadcasts abundance frequency that allows manifestation to occur naturally without energetic interference from desperate wanting. Subscribe to this channel now if you haven't already, because every video builds your capacity to operate from quantum principles instead of classical limitation thinking. Make sure notifications are on because each transmission provides specific frequency that helps shift your consciousness toward abundance baseline. Share this widely because quantum economics isn't common knowledge, and people are suffering financially through ignorance of how money actually works at the fundamental level. Money is not your enemy. Money is not evil or corrupt. Money is neutral energy that takes form based on consciousness that channels it. The problems aren't with money. The problems are with scarcity consciousness creating distorted relationships with money. When you operate from abundance frequency, money becomes a powerful tool for creation, service, and freedom rather than source of stress, struggle, and suffering. Your new financial reality begins the moment you recognize that money responds to consciousness before effort. Everything you do from this recognition forward is different because you're working with quantum mechanics instead of fighting against them. You're aligning with how money actually operates instead of exhausting yourself trying to force results through action alone. The quantum field is infinite potential. Money is energy within that field. Your consciousness is the organizing force that collapses specific financial possibilities into your experience. You have far more power over your financial reality than you've been allowing yourself to recognize. That power isn't in your actions. That power is in your consciousness frequency broadcasting into the quantum field every moment. Change your frequency. Change your financial reality. Not eventually. Not after you prove yourself. Now. Immediately. At the quantum level where all manifestation originates. Your bank account will catch up to your consciousness frequency. Your circumstances will reorganize around your new broadcast. Your opportunities will align with your abundance awareness. All of it automatically through quantum mechanics that require nothing from you except consciousness frequency shift. Money flows to consciousness before effort. That's not motivation. That's mechanics. That's how quantum economics actually operates underneath all the surface strategies and conventional wisdom. You've been trying to change money through effort. That's backwards. Change consciousness to abundance frequency and money changes automatically as quantum field response. This is the truth that sets you financially free.